Have you ever felt lost, not in a place, but in your own life? It's a peculiar loneliness, a silent ache that lingers even in a crowded room. Leo knew this feeling well. Each morning, sunlight crept into his apartment, but never seemed to reach him. He moved through his days, work, errands, dinner alone, haunted by a loop of self-criticism. The world outside was vibrant, but Leo felt like a spectator, not a participant. Loneliness became his constant companion, whispering that he was invisible and forgotten. He built quiet walls around himself, convinced no one wanted to see the emptiness he carried. So he smiled when required, nodded at the right times, and kept his true self hidden away. Leo believed he was destined to walk this path alone. For Leo, the walk to the bus stop wasn't just a commute. It was a carefully constructed ritual, a performance of solitude in the heart of the city. It was a daily exercise in invisibility, a way to navigate the urban landscape without truly being seen. He kept his eyes fixed on the pavement, each crack and line a distraction from the world around him. He was retreating into the safe confines of his own thoughts, a fortress built to keep the world at bay. The city bustled and roared around him, a symphony of car horns and chattering voices. But Leo moved through it all like a ghost, a silent observer detached and disconnected, unseen by the hurried masses, unheard amidst the urban cacophony. Each morning, as if by some unspoken agreement, he passed Agnes. She was an elderly woman, a fixture on the park bench, always wrapped in a vibrant collection of colorful scarves. To Leo, in his self-imposed isolation, she was simply another part of the urban scenery, no more significant than a lamppost or a fire hydrant. He deliberately avoided eye contact, a practiced maneuver to maintain his anonymity. He never risked any form of connection, fearing the vulnerability it might expose. But Agnes, with her keen and compassionate eyes, saw Leo. She noticed the slump in his young shoulders, the almost palpable heaviness of the burden he carried within him. She watched him pass each day, her gaze filled with a quiet understanding, offering no judgment for his withdrawn demeanor, only a silent prayer, a heartfelt wish for the well-being of the sad young man who walked by her bench. For weeks, this silent, unspoken routine continued, a predictable rhythm in the chaotic city. Leo, head perpetually downcast, lost in his inner world. Agnes, quietly present, a beacon of gentle observation. They shared the same physical space, the same patch of sidewalk and park, but they lived in vastly different worlds, separated by an invisible barrier of unspoken emotions and unacknowledged needs. He was closed off, a tightly sealed vessel, clenched against the potential hurts and disappointments that the world might offer. She, on the other hand, was an open hand, a gesture of welcome, ready to offer a kindness, a connection, something he didn't even realize he desperately needed. The physical distance between them was a mere few feet, easily traversable, but the emotional distance, the chasm of unspoken words and unmet needs, felt like a million miles, an unbridgeable gulf. Leo's burden wasn't physical, it was made of words and regrets. He replayed past mistakes, felt defined by failures, and believed he was unworthy of happiness. His mind was a harsh courtroom, always finding him guilty. The weight of shame drained the color from his passions, his sketchbook lay untouched, music felt hollow. He survived, but didn't live convinced others were free from such burdens. In his isolation, he imagined himself uniquely flawed, blind to the truth that everyone carries invisible struggles. This illusion deepened his loneliness, reinforcing the false narrative that he was alone in his pain. He couldn't see that struggle and imperfection are part of the shared human experience. Leo's unseen burden kept him from seeing the world and himself clearly. One Tuesday, the sky threatened rain, heavy and ominous. The clouds hung low, pregnant with moisture, casting a somber hue over the city. It was the kind of morning that made you want to stay inside, wrapped in a blanket with a warm drink. But life, as it often does, had other plans, as Leo walked his usual path. He trudged along, head down, lost in his thoughts, oblivious to the impending downpour. Near Agnes's bench, his usual landmark, a bright red umbrella leaned against the leg, a vibrant beacon. A splash of color in the gray morning, a defiant burst of cheer against the monochrome backdrop. Agnes looked up from her book and met Leo's accidental glance, a brief intersection of their solitary worlds, with a warm, steady gaze, full of understanding and unspoken kindness. She smiled gently, a simple offering of connection in a world that often felt isolating. For a moment, Leo froze, his feet rooted to the spot, torn between retreat and curiosity, between the safety of solitude and the allure of human interaction. Agnes spoke softly, her voice a gentle melody in the urban soundscape. "Looks like rain is coming. You should take this," she offered, her eyes crinkling at the corners. She gestured to the umbrella, a silent invitation to accept her generosity. "I have another tucked away at home. No sense in both of us getting wet," she explained with a reassuring smile. Her words were practical, devoid of any hidden motives, but to Leo, who had grown accustomed to indifference, they felt like a foreign language, a forgotten dialect of human connection. Unexpected kindness, a rare and precious commodity in his world. He was so used to being invisible, to fading into the background, unnoticed and unacknowledged, that this gesture startled him, jolting him out of his self-imposed isolation. He searched for a catch, a hidden agenda, a reason why someone would offer him something for nothing, but saw only sincerity in her eyes, a genuine desire to help a fellow human being. There was no agenda, no ulterior motive lurking beneath the surface, just a simple act of care, a small gesture of human connection. Leo stood speechless, his mind struggling to process this unexpected act of kindness, looking from her face to the umbrella as if trying to decipher the meaning behind this simple offering. It was a moment of pure, unearned grace, a small miracle unfolding on a dreary Tuesday morning. A small gift on a gray morning, a beacon of hope in a world that often felt bleak. For the first time in a long while, Leo felt seen, acknowledged, and valued, not as a nameless face in the crowd, but as an individual worthy of kindness. The red umbrella was more than protection from rain. It was a symbol of something more profound. It was an invitation to connect, to trust, to believe in the possibility of human goodness. A door had opened, a crack of light in the darkness, offering a glimpse of hope and connection. Slowly, Leo took the umbrella, mumbling a thank you. He expected Agnes to turn away, but she didn't. She introduced herself. "I'm Agnes." Then she asked, "What's your name?" For Leo, being asked his name was like being called back into the world. "Leo," he whispered, unused to saying it aloud. "It's nice to meet you, Leo," Agnes replied, her kindness making his name feel important. In that moment, a seed of connection was planted. Leo was no longer just a shadow. He was seen, acknowledged. He walked to the bus, the red umbrella bright in his hand. For the first time in ages, he looked up, at the sky, the buildings, the world. The weight on his shoulders felt a little lighter. A simple question and a shared name had cracked open his world. A window to hope had opened. What Leo experienced that morning, that unexpected kindness that lifted his spirits, was grace. It was a moment that transcended the ordinary, a gentle reminder of the good that exists in the world, even amidst the storms of life. It's a gift unearned, a kindness unexpected, a gesture that arrives without any prior request or anticipation. It's the sort of thing that makes you pause and wonder at the sheer generosity of the human spirit. Grace is love you don't feel you deserve, a warmth that embraces you even when you feel unworthy, a reminder that you are valued beyond measure. It's a feeling of being cherished, even in your imperfections. It's a favor you didn't ask for, a helping hand extended without any expectation of return, a selfless act that brightens your day and restores your faith in humanity. Agnes's gesture was pure grace, a simple act of sharing, but one that carried a profound message of care and consideration. Leo had done nothing to earn it, nothing to warrant such kindness, yet it was freely given, a testament to the boundless nature of grace. Grace doesn't follow normal rules. It defies expectations and transcends the boundaries of what we deem logical or deserved. It operates from love, a deep and unconditional love that seeks to uplift and support, regardless of circumstance. Agnes saw a need and met it, responding to Leo's predicament with empathy and a genuine desire to help. She was offering more than just an umbrella. She was offering a moment of connection, a sense of belonging, and a shield against the storm. Grace appears in everyday life, in the small, seemingly insignificant moments that often go unnoticed. It's a driver letting you merge, a simple act of courtesy that can ease your commute and brighten your mood. It's a friend forgiving before you apologize, extending understanding and compassion even before you have a chance to express remorse. It's a stranger's kindness, a random act of generosity that reminds you of the inherent goodness in humanity. These are echoes of a greater grace, whispers of a love that transcends our understanding and permeates every aspect of our existence. It's a reminder that love exists, independent of our worthiness, a constant and unwavering force that embraces us regardless of our flaws or imperfections. The greatest grace is God's love, a boundless and unconditional love that surpasses all comprehension. It's seeing our faults, loving us anyway, accepting us completely and without reservation, despite our shortcomings. It's keeping no record of wrongs, offering forgiveness freely and without condition, wiping the slate clean and offering a fresh start. Like Agnes watched for Leo, anticipating his needs and offering assistance without hesitation. God watches for you, with a loving and protective gaze, always ready to offer comfort and support. He is ready to offer a gift, a sign you are seen and loved, a reminder that you are never truly alone. Grace is the heart of love that finds us where we are, in the midst of our struggles and imperfections. It's the surprise of being welcomed, embraced with open arms, and accepted for who we are, flaws and all. It's the relief of being forgiven, the weight lifted from our shoulders, the peace that comes with knowing we are loved unconditionally. Grace is the quiet miracle that changes everything, transforming our perspective, renewing our hope, and rewriting our story. It's not about what we've done, the mistakes we've made, or the imperfections we possess. It's about being loved anyway, despite our flaws and imperfections, embraced with a love that knows no bounds. Grace is always searching for us, relentlessly pursuing us, even when we feel lost or unworthy. It's there, even when we're looking at the ground, consumed by our own shortcomings and unable to see the love that surrounds us. And when it finds us, when we finally open our hearts to receive it, it changes the story, transforming our lives and filling them with hope, purpose, and unconditional love. The red umbrella became Leo's symbol of a new beginning. The next morning, he approached the bus stop with nervous hope, umbrella in hand. He smiled at Agnes first, a small, real smile. She returned it with warmth. Their conversation was simple. Thanks for the umbrella. Talk of weather, a book. For Leo, it was monumental, a bridge across his loneliness. Each day, their friendship grew, a fragile flower pushing through concrete. The self-critical voice in Leo's head grew quieter, replaced by memories of kindness. He started to look people in the eye, hold doors, notice the world's beauty again. Color seeped back into his life. One evening, he picked up his old sketchbook and drew the red umbrella on a weathered bench. The weight on his soul felt different, no longer crushing, just a scar. Grace had found him, teaching him to live again. Leo realized he was not alone. The world was brighter, and hope was real. Once you see grace, you find it everywhere in small daily moments. Leo's encounter with Agnes opened his eyes to these miracles. He learned grace isn't just received, it's given. He started learning names, greeting people, passing on the gift he'd received. You can be an Agnes for someone else, offering kindness, a listening ear, a simple smile. Small acts of grace can crack open someone's world and let the light in. Look for grace today in others and in yourself. Hold the door, offer a smile, forgive a small offense. These are the currency of hope, the practical application of love. By giving grace, we remind each other we matter. We make the world brighter, one small act at a time. Grace is not rare. It's everywhere, waiting to be noticed. Be the reason someone believes in kindness again. If your heart feels heavy, know this: you are not alone. Grace is searching for you right now. It knows your name, your burdens, your fears. You don't need to earn it or be perfect to receive it. Grace is a lifeline for the lost, meeting you where you are. It finds you in your quiet room, on your lonely walk, in your doubt. God's love shines brightest in our brokenness. Grace often arrives quietly, in kindness, forgiveness, or a red umbrella on a cloudy day. Your job is not to earn it, but to be open to it. Lift your eyes, look for the small signs of love around you. Hope is not distant. It's a promise called grace, and grace will find you.